Hello, my name is Parissa if you are new to my channel, and this is the first video of an A to Z flower series about basic flower facts for 5 different flowers beginning with the letter A. This video is a podcast style YouTube video, so you can either watch it like a YouTube video or listen to it as if it is a podcast. The first flower that I'm going to be discussing is called Amaryllis, and the meaning of this is to sparkle in Greek. It is a female name. Amaryllis means determination, beauty, love and success. And it is also a symbol of Huntington's disease. The colours that Amaryllis comes in is red, white, pink, yellow, orange and purple, but the most popular Amaryllis colours are red and white. The blooming period for Amaryllis is usually March, April and May, and they are popular indoor plants. More than 10 million Amaryllis are imported by America from Holland and South Africa, and in Victorian times they were commonly given by men to women that they admired, and they often gave red Amaryllis representing radiant beauty. There are over 500 varieties, and they can take 6 years to reach maturity and will bloom when grown from seed. And well-cared Amaryllis can last up to 75 years and is one of the easiest bulbs to bloom. For medicine, Amaryllis are used for reducing anxiety, depression and seizures, and this is because they are high in alkaloids, which have amazing physiological effects on humans. And how do you actually grow Amaryllis bulbs? So what you do is you should grow them in a pot in bright yet indirect sunlight. You can do it inside or outside, and they often start blooming between 6 to 8 weeks after they are planted. It is recommended that you use heavier pots as the blooms are heavy. You should point up with 1/3 of the bulb remaining above the soil line. You should regularly turn the pot for the stalk to grow straight, and make sure that you water sparingly until there is 2 inches of growth, and then after that you should water regularly. Now I'm going to start discussing alyssum, also known as sweet alyssum, and the meaning of this is without madness, sweetness of soul, worth beyond beauty, which I just think is so cool. And this flower blooms between spring to October, and the colours of sweet alyssum is white, purple and pink. And some interesting facts about the flower is that the flowers are tiny, but they have a sweet scent, and they're perfect for people who want a scent that's not too overpowering. And it is great as they can survive in drought due to their heat resistant properties. They like sun, but they are better to grow in shade. It's great for abdominal pain and colds, also great for bleeding gum treatment, to help with renal functions. You can actually eat the flowers, stems and leaves, and they're great for salads for adding flavour. And how do you actually grow alyssum? So in spring, press the seeds into soil, keep the soil moist, and they will germinate within 1 week. Keep the seeds spaced in groups, so 6 inches apart, to create a quicker flowering carpet effect. Keep alyssum in well-watered soil during dry, hot weather. In the summer, they can break off some of their height by 1/3, so therefore you should fertilise with balanced product and water for them to keep strong. And it's best to remove and start again with fresh seeds each year, which obviously will be time-consuming. So if you don't have much time, this is probably not the best flower to plant if you're interested in doing that. And also another thing to consider when growing alyssum is that you need to grow it in well-drained soil, and it needs 4 to 6 hours of direct sun to flower well. It is a great pollinator plant as bees and butterflies are attracted to it, which is great for the environment. They look good when they're grown next to zinnias and wild flowers. The third flower that I'm going to be discussing is called the African daisy. The meaning of this is that it comes from bone, and that it is native to Africa, and it blooms between April to August. The colours of the African daisy are white, apricot, yellow and orange. The African daisy should be sown in soil at spring, and you need to make sure that they are kept moist, so you should cover the seeds. And it is recommended to use general purpose fertiliser at least once a month, and also weekly water them so that the soil is kept moist. And how do you actually care for the African daisy? Well, you should make sure that you remove old leaves to stop infection, and you don't need insecticides or fungicides. And now I'm just going to talk about some interesting facts that I found. First of all, the African daisy is an edible flower. It is from the family called Asteraceae, and it's also known as the Jariba daisy, which I did not know, and that has definitely stood out to me as a fact. And the African daisy can live more than 2 years and has female and male organs because it is self-fertile, and it can be pollinated by insects as well. And the African daisy can grow well in a garden or in containers. The African daisy in medicine can be used to treat coughs, stomach pain, cold. It can also be used in the bath and for cosmetics. It can also be used for its dried flower heads and leaves. The last flower that I'm going to be discussing is called anthurium. The meaning of anthurium is a long-lasting love and also friendship, and it's also known for being an exotic tropical plant from America. The colours that the flower comes in are red, foliage, yes, that is dark green. In medicine, it is used for muscle pain, rheumatism, and roots. Can actually be used for headaches. And interesting facts are that it can be used as an indoor or outdoor plant. It has heart-shaped leaves, and it is quite small, which is good if you have like a little area of your home that needs maybe a bit more decorating or could do with a bit more colour. And add rocks to the soil, which will help the anthurium grow better. And you should use organic fertilizers once every 3 months. Pests can affect the growth process, and they can be sucked by aphids and mites, so you should use neem oil to prevent pests damaging the flower. And also, while you are growing the flower, you should ensure that you grow it in a humid area such as a greenhouse or a conservatory, just because the anthurium is a tropical plant, so it is used to growing in these conditions and will grow at its optimal when in these conditions, which are usually between 18 to 25 degrees Celsius. And in summer, you should ensure that you water the flowers more, but you should make sure that you avoid direct sunlight exposure because that can damage the flowers. And it is better to underwater the flower rather than to overwater the flower, and that is because it is used to higher temperatures, so it can cope having less water, but having too much water with more damp soil isn't best for the flower. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to learn about other flower types, be sure to watch other videos from the A to Z Flower Facts series. Please comment, like and subscribe. I would love to hear some feedback.